Now, what would an iPad 5 sneak peek be without tearing apart an iPad 4? Hey guys, Jonathan here with TLD, back with an inside look at what to expect with Apple's upcoming 5th generation iPad. Now, I've had these parts for about 2 weeks now, and just like my iPhone 5S sneak peek, I wanted to give you a little more than just a look at components, so obviously I went ahead and decided to take apart an iPad 4. I will say, however, that opening up an iPad is not a walk in the park by any stretch of the imagination. It is held together by copious amounts of glue, which in turn require the iPad to be heated. You need some guitar picks, some pokey things, and ultimately a crap load of patience. Now, if you are curious on all the parts and pieces that I use to take apart the iPad, I will have all that linked down below. Now, first and foremost, getting the apparent out of the way, you can clearly see that the next generation iPad is taken after its little bro, the iPad mini, in terms of aesthetics, form factor, looks, and you can see side by side exactly how slimmed down it is. Some other obvious changes will be the addition of stereo speakers like we see on the iPad mini. The volume rockers, as you can see, are now separated on the upcoming iPad, and overall everything's just really tightened up and slimmed down, with obviously the biggest change being less wide. Now, because of that width and form factor change, I pretty much knew going into this project that I was not going to be able to cram all of the iPad 4 components into the iPad 5 housing. Now, you can see side by side the 4th generation iPad on the left, the iPad 5 housing on the right. If we were to take that battery from the iPad 4, pop it in the iPad 5 housing, that takes up most, if not all, the space inside. And with that, it's going to be interesting to see how Apple attacks this, because obviously the next iPad will be faster, but they're going to want to keep battery life the same, if not better, obviously. So the battery will have to be maybe slightly bigger, a little wider possibly, and they're really gonna have to tighten up and cram those processor components right next to it, and it's gonna be a pretty tight fit. Now, taking this one step above and beyond and giving you quite possibly the best side-by-side look of how the iPad 5 looks next to the iPad 4, I went ahead and took the LCD apart, popped the front side of the iPad 5 on it, and there you go. Seeing those screens lit up and powered on with iOS 7 installed makes a huge difference, and side by side, you can really see how much thinner that bezel is. So with that said, thank you guys very much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did and you are feeling like being awesome, go ahead and hit that like button. As always, in exchange, you get a virtual high five at your face. If you have not subscribed, go ahead and click right here to do so you do not miss out on any future iPad 5, mini, or even iPhone coverage. Again, I will have links to everything I use to pull apart the iPad 4, along with all the gear I use on a daily basis. Again, thank you guys very much for watching. This is Jonathan with TLD, and I will see you guys later.